Hello everyone. In the last lecture, we discussed about the measurement of some physical properties such as mass and weight, length, volume, density, and lastly most important temperature. The elements combine with each other and form compounds. This process is governed by five basic laws which were discovered before the knowledge of molecular formulae. There are five basic laws and they are called as laws of chemical combination. Out of these five laws, we start with the first law, that is law of conservation of mass. This law was put forth by Antoine Lavoisier, a French scientist often referred to as a father of modern chemistry. He carefully performed many combustion experiments, namely burning of phosphorus and of mercury, both in presence of air, and resulted in an increase in weight. He carried out various experiments by using phosphorus and mercury. Actually, he burns phosphorus and mercury in air or in presence of oxygen, and he found that the compound which is obtained is with a gain of weight, its mass is increases. And from his experiment he put his statement that it stated that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. Matter can neither be created nor destroyed. After several experiments, he found that the weight gained by the phosphorus was exactly the same as the weight lost by the air. He observed that total mass of the reactant is equal to total mass of the product. It means that the phosphorus or the mercury which is to be combusted in presence of oxygen, the mass of a phosphorus or the mercury he taken before combustion is increases after the combustion, and he observed that the amount of a mass increases of the compound after the combustion exactly similar that much mass lost by the air. That means the oxygen from the air combined with that compound phosphorus and the mercury, and the mass of the oxygen from the air is added into the compound formed with the phosphorus. So the amount of oxygen which is to be combined with the phosphorus or the mercury, that mass of oxygen is lost from the air and added into the compound which is formed after combustion, after burning. So the reactants in the reaction becomes a phosphorus and the oxygen. So the total mass of phosphorus and oxygen is exactly equal to the compound formed by the phosphorus and oxygen. That is the total mass of the product. And from this equation he put forth his law: matter neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted into one form into another, from one form into another form. This is the statement given by the Antoine Lavoisier, that is a modern chemist, father of a modern chemistry. When hydrogen gas burns and combines with oxygen to yield water, the mass of water formed is equal to the mass of hydrogen and oxygen consumed. Thus, the law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed. This is first basic law under the heading law of chemical combination. Then we move further. Second law, law of definite proportion. This law was put forth by Joseph Proust in 1799 on the basis of performed experiment on two samples of a cupric carbonate. He stated that the same compound is always composed of the same element combined together in the same or a fixed proportion by weight. He was carried out experiment by using cupric carbonate. In his experiment, two samples of a cupric carbonate are taken. First one is the natural sample and another one is the synthesized artificially in the laboratory. But he found that the number of or the mass of carbon atom, mass and the number of a copper atom, and mass and number of oxygen atoms are same in natural sample as well as the sample which is to be prepared in the synthesized in the laboratory. And from his experiment he put forth his statement that is the same compound is always composed of same element combined together in the same or a fixed proportion by weight. Here a chart is given from his experiment: cupric carbonate, that is a CuCO3, natural sample and the synthetic sample. This is obtained from the nature and this sample is synthesized in the laboratory. Here percentage of copper in both sample is same, percentage of oxygen, that is a percent by weight of oxygen is same, percent by weight of carbon is also same in both sample. This percent by weight he calculated as such. The molecular formula of cupric carbonate is CuCO3 and molar mass is to be calculated 63.50, that is the atomic mass of a copper, 12 is the carbon for one carbon atom, and as the 3 oxygens are present here, so 16 into 3, that is a 48, and total becomes a 123.50. Then again the same chart is repeat here. Elements are copper, carbon and oxygen. Copper, carbon and oxygen. Atomic mass of copper becomes a 63.50. Carbon is a 12 and 3 oxygens are present, therefore 16 into 3, that is equal to 48. Calculation here, the calculation percent by mass, 63.50 divided by, that is the mass of copper divided by molecular mass of cupric carbonate multiplied by 100, and the answer becomes 51.31 or near about this quantity. Second, percent by mass, 12, that is the mass of carbon divided by total mass or the molar mass of cupric carbonate multiplied by 100, the answer becomes a 9.71. Similarly, for oxygen, the mass of 3 oxygen is a 48 divided by 123.50, that is the molar mass of cupric carbonate, and multiplied by 100, the answer becomes a 38.91. In this way, the percent by mass is to be calculated by the Joseph Proust, and from his study he put forth his law, which we called as the second basic law of chemical combination, that is the law of definite proportion. This law is also referred as law of definite composition. Law of definite composition is not true for all types of compounds, but True only for the compounds obtained from one isotope. Most of the elements present in the periodic table are occur in the nature with a different atomic masses. They have the same atomic number but different atomic masses are called as the isotopes. When the isotope is changed, then the atomic mass which is to be considered here in the calculation is to be changed. So the proportion, definite proportion, is not correct, it is also changed. Therefore, when we calculate or when we apply the law of definite composition to any two compound or more compound, it must be put in our mind that they are with only one type of isotope. Out of these 5 laws, here we discuss 2 basic laws of chemical combination. First one is the law of conservation of mass, and second, that is the law of definite proportion. Remaining will be continued in the next video lecture.